Hey, what's up, everyone? Welcome back to the Hotter Trash Podcast. My
God,
name is Victor, and that's Brian and Lloyd.
your host, what good?
Host? Who's that?
Me, you asshole.
Damn, that's crazy.
Ah,
Hmm.
that
Wait.
makes sense.
Hmm. Anyways, moving on to that point. Thank you all again for coming to another episode of the Hotter Trash Podcast. Where this one we are kind of going back into like two of our previous talks that we had to, which is one of them is like the dating scene being a mess, and then the loneliness epidemic. Epidemic. I was about to say epidemic like an empanada.
Yeah,
Damn,
I
fatty.
have three strokes for you, dude. Don't worry.
God damn. But in general, let's go a little bit further detail on like what I'm going to be covering more of. This is more or less a philosophical question, and it could be something that's based off of literature or in general, like just how we live in society. Such as, do you think the idea of romance of love is dead?
No,
I don't get you because I don't
Like,
get me.
okay,
and he doesn't get love.
damn.
I get love for my
Well,
dog
Ooh,
though. He loves me.
all right, fair enough. But that is actually something to talk about it then too, because I'm also on the agreement with you, Victor, that like I don't actually think romance or love is dead, or if anything, what I think is happening more is that I think the philosophy and the ideas of romance have only just intensified with all this stuff that we have. Oh, and also look who decided to join. Welcome back, Michael.
Sorry, I had an emergency. I had to go someplace.
Man.
no worries.
But now, now that you're here and you're here last too, I will ask you this question because this is based off of our previous talks that we had about dating scene and the loneliness epidemic. I about to say it again.
Mhm.
God damn it, epidemic. Why can't I not say it?
Yeah, we damn it.
Yeah.
Words are hard, bro.
Anyways,
I feel you.
God. Anyways, do you think the idea or the philosophical concept of romance or love is dead in modern society?
No, I think we just need to find that right person.
Uh,
No, I don't think it's dead. I think people's unwillingness to be romantic or to do anything more than the current trend of, I guess, quote unquote dating is what makes it stale. So I think you can probably attribute that to a lack of creativity than anything. But honestly, I haven't been in the dating game for a while, so uh, it could just be that it's actually insane, that standards are way too high, and many people don't want to try or can't achieve that expectation.
Okay, cool.
Do
You
you?
said all the
Okay,
things
well,
that we're gonna talk about here.
do you think it's just an American mindset where dating is hard?
um,
No,
I don't think
no.
so.
no, I don't think it is at all. If I remember right, it's pretty hard in Korea, South Korea, excuse me,
No, North, South Korea.
Yes.
the North South. I
But
hear it, from what I've seen, there's a huge movement going on in South Korea, and it has a lot to do with like not wanting to date men in particular. And I don't know
All
what
right,
the
let's rephrase. Do you think developed countries, do you think this is the mindset of developed countries?
no, because I think developed countries.
not
Yeah,
developing.
yeah. Well, if it was developing, it'd be no. But if it's developed, yes, because dating feels probably less of a necessity and more of like a thing you can do. You know.
So that is something that I'm gonna be tackling with you guys about this because one of the things that this is all this idea stems from a video I looked at is in this case, did we kill romance in modern society? And the answer to that is technically no, we didn't. But there are a lot of things that have resulted in this case where we are probably disillusioned or we kind of lost what the meaning of romance is in modern society.
Hmm.
Like, for example, take like your usual dating scene. Like in this case, how would you normally approach to a person? Like, how would you even start dating in the first place?
Well, I mean, you
Hold on.
just talk with them. I mean, I don't know how else to say it. You
Yeah, just
speak.
I guess
You
just
get to
talk
know
to
them
them.
first.
Yeah.
It's
Brian,
it's
how do you
usually
date,
just that
Brian?
simple.
How you
You
date, Brian?
see, I do this most extravagant dance I saw on the Nature Channel. I think that's what birds do. And I
Do you do
puff
the
out my
Yeah,
chest.
I think birds do it this way.
Yeah.
Do you like pop out all your feathers, all colorful feathers?
Like
I
he spreads his hands
I-
out. He spreads his
like-
fingers out.
it's like a bit of that, and I tried to spread my ass cheeks out too. I don't know if that worked out. I think I'm pretty sure I scared like 10 people minimum.
That's
Uh,
crazy. I'm
that
not.
makes sense.
I'm
That
shocked on
makes
why.
sense. I don't.
But-
do you have feathers on your ass?
I don't think I do.
There's your
But
point.
but moving on to that, yeah, it's like the whole foundation of it too is like really you just have to talk with the other person. But then again, it goes into like let's dive into a lot of romantic tropes that we have about it, such as on the video that I watched too about I would say it's an unhealthy obsession of trying to find the perfect match or finding the one that you are easily compatible with. Where it's like in one cases too that like technically finding your best match and finding something that you're super compatible with is honestly something that I don't think it's a bad idea to do in the first place, even if you're the one that's actively searching, right? It's not a bad idea.
Compatible shouldn't. I mean, yeah, it shouldn't be. I mean, compatible should be your best match. To be honest with you,
Yeah.
no, it's not a bad idea. If you live someone you're not compatible with, you're just gonna be miserable your whole life. You don't want that.
Yeah. And it's only because like again, you want to think about like you want to spend the least amount of effort to try to like get them into that comfortable zone of like we are now in a relationship
I don't think.
and
I don't think it's about the least amount of effort. No, you definitely have to put in effort.
no,
I
at least
think
that's the way how I see it.
It's more about being able to live together, be together, things like that. You know, kind of being able to deal with each other.
Yeah, because at least the way how I'm kind of defining the compatibility is in this case the amount of effort you need to do based on like
Well,
let's say that like you want to
compatible or
show them
not,
about your attraction or whatnot, but it's like
compatible or not is not low effort.
yeah. And there's also again the disillusionment of like when you try to search for the one that's compatible so much too that like every other candidate that you do seems less than perfect and you don't consider the options from that point on. There's like a lot of things that I mean that's like maybe a small group of people that probably think like this too, but it's also still a really tough problem too because like let's just say that you do find a compatible one, right? But you're at this constant state of like trying to make sure that you want to establish in this case your quote unquote love for the other person, and it gets to the back and forth of like do you truly love the person here too or do you just love him for the vibes that he has?
All right, well, these two had something to say, so let them
Yeah.
say their piece first. And let's
Sorry.
we'll go on from there.
Yeah, my bad. Y'all two could say it before me then.
Go ahead, Lee.
I say you go ahead. I kind of
God damn it, you fucks.
All I was gonna
I mean,
say
you ramble.
is that
My bad.
I know I'm starting to lose my train of thought. So all I was gonna say is that I think a lot of
Mhm.
why romance may seem to be dead, and I know I blame the social media for it, like for a lot
I
of
blame it
things, but I do blame it pretty well on this because you get people who set up these very specific instances, and you know that they're setting it up. It's not like I walked downstairs and all of a sudden there was X, Y, and Z. You know, it's not that they set it up and then they pretend it. And I feel like that kind of warps the perception of what true romance is.
Mm-hmm. Like
Just the constant online
instant
garbage that you
gratification.
see. Yeah, essentially.
Yeah.
Train of thought for real. I'm like, I had what I was gonna say. Now I lost it.
Shit.
You remember it, just interrupt Brian.
Yeah, just interrupt me at that point and then I'll just slap you, then let you continue.
Man, I'll slap you first.
Bro, if you stop
But-
him, he's gonna forget again, and then we're gonna go
but-
through the cycle.
Exactly. Then we have better. But
Because, like-
I think it was like
Mhm.
something about the compatibility thing. Like I mean, you say near, less than near perfect, but for like a partner, but
Hmm.
I think having that expectation is what makes you kind of miserable. To be honest with
Oh
you,
yeah. Oh yes. That's also another thing I will nail down at some point too. But
like
yes, continue.
yeah. So honestly, you might, because there might be an initial attraction. Like there's
Hmm.
something that they say, or they things they do, then and it's like, oh, this is this person is pretty cool. There's something that I'm attracted to. They
Hmm.
could be like, oh, let's say, you know, they come over and then they greet your parents or something, and they offer to like wash dishes, some shit like that, or help
Right.
clean up. That could be like a initial point, but then as that could be just like one thing. It's not
Yeah.
it's something that you like, but there's probably some other thing like there's countless things that you can just like scrutinize a person for.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I don't like when you leave
Mhm.
like floor, like the like your fucking uh, clothes on the floor or some shit. It's like
Mhm.
nobody's gonna be near. Like you don't have to be near perfect. I think you get to a point where this is just how a person's wired, and you can change some stuff. But I don't think you should be in a relationship if you want this person to be like your ideal person. Like, because ideally you probably just set like. I'm gonna be honest with you. You're probably just settling.
Mhm.
Like people might be just settling. It's like, oh, this I can't find anybody. I just want to be safe, and like let's just stay with them. And sometimes your attraction towards them might dwindle as the relationship goes on.
Mhm.
Mm.
So,
Yeah,
and I
because
can't really just
okay.
like say this as concrete like proof. I only been in one relationship, but I feel like you develop more how to say more keep the fire going. Maybe don't let it dim out. That's
Yeah.
kind of like
It's
the
like
best way I can
the
put it.
like the fire or the passionate fire kind of shit.
Yeah, like like I think proving to the other person, and like, let me, you can have like a big fucking argument, and there's gonna be like an ultimatum between like the two of you, and if y'all, y'all discuss it, and you need to do X, Y, and Z. It's like, can let's just go to therapy together, and they figure out, oh, this is what bothers me, and then they can work on it like together. I think that's a relationship worth keeping, because you're actually
Hmm.
Mhm.
making the effort to
Yeah.
you know to actually change, and not change like change who you are, but just change up some habits, be more
Yeah.
considerate and
Like
understanding with the other person.
like in this case, you're both like in it together. That it should both be like in a relationship, building and supporting each other.
Yeah, I'm like, you're supposed to uplift each other. You can't just like
Yeah.
just be like towering over the other person, hold something above their head. I'm like, that's pretty fucking toxic.
Yeah.
Yes, I agree.
Yeah.
I excuse my language, but I just want to put this in like context, like the extremity of that. So
Yeah, no, that's
yeah,
perfectly fine because you're only, I would say at least like you're explaining at least like a facet of like what builds into a relationship in general. Because let's be honest with each other here. The human idea of what love is so fucking complicated about it too that there's like so many like narrative or literary stories that's just based off of that one human emotion.
Mm.
Fuck.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like fuck, you got Romeo and Juliet, all the K dramas that we've ever watched. Hell, rom coms.
yeah,
like the idea that in this case too, I think like in general love and romance itself is never dead in our society. It's because of the fact that the people, they still yearn for something like that too. But I think what's actually going on with a lot of this is like a couple things here. I believe that at least for the most part, for those that are younger than us and that are following into the dating pool and trying to figure out like who they're like and whatnot, just know too that like I think there's like an over fascination and over prioritization of going through the honeymoon phase, or like try to maintain that phase in their relationship. Like as soon as they start dating, everything is all fucking sunshines and rainbows. Everything is like you love about each other. Nothing of them that they do is bothering you at all, and you're just happy about their existence. Like I want, that's at least for me, that I would say that there's like an over like fascination of like trying to maintain that, because let's be honest, that is the best feeling that you ever will have in a relationship.
It wouldn't make sense. I mean, like I feel like everybody who goes through just a small amount of trouble, just like a small argument, would start, I guess, thinking about breaking up.
Mm-hmm. Like, Michael, would you agree that would be the case then too? And he ain't here. I'm kidding.
Let them word.
I'm kidding. I'm kidding.
Let them cook.
Let me fry.
Okay, let them fry.
But like in general
Fry
then
anyways.
too. Like Michael, do you also believe that in this case that based on like probably any stories that you hear about like the relationships too, that like some things that fall apart, do you think there's obvious a trend too that they want to try to maintain that honeymoon phase of the relationship?
I mean, like, sure. I think a lot of people tend to give up pretty quickly. Like they don't realize that things get complicated. I don't know.
Hmm.
I
Maybe
think
they just expect the relationship to stay the same all the time.
I think
Mhm.
that's a naive way of thinking. Because yeah, you can like for first three months, like or 2 3 months, this is like the best feeling in the world. Like oh, nothing they like you said, Brian. Just to reiterate, like oh, like nothing bothers me. There's like all like they're perfect. But then when you really get down to it, there's going to be some nitpicking along the way. And I think it's honestly what you can go through together and all the arguments and the fights. That's what's going to keep you together.
Hmm.
And thinking that your honeymoon phase is going to last forever, so it's a naive way of thinking. Because yes, it's gonna everybody has it. Maybe you'll have it later. You'll have it again. You respark it.
Yeah.
Like,
Or sometimes there are just people that just don't straight up get it. That don't straight up have it.
Mhm.
I mean, then was that really a relationship then? Then what was the point? Was that just like a little fling that you had? 'Cause
Yeah.
Most
honestly,
likely.
it's pretty.
Well,
I
let
don't
me
know.
at least go through. Let me go through at least a couple of things about that too, because I think might be a merit to that as well. Like there are some relationships that could still work even if you haven't gone through that honeymoon phase. And it's something that, like, at least with my current girlfriend right now, she explains to me a lot about like the dating culture in China here, right? And man, it's actually way more interesting to think about. Like over there, they don't actually like using dating apps at all. Like nobody like in the younger population would love using dating apps. And it's just like I ask her, well, then how do you guys actually like build relationships then? And it's mostly like from friends to friends, really. And I'm like,
Mhm.
huh, interesting.
Yeah,
Because
I
like,
think
hmm,
I think with the rise of social media, I think people forgotten about human to human interaction.
hmm. And it's not to say too that like China is like not that much different from us, like in terms of like how the normal everyday like Chinese like living is no different
Yeah,
than
correct.
us.
But they have a different mindset.
Yeah, there's a different mindset and culture that goes around it, so that in this case the honeymoon phase may not, it's probably something that they probably don't even know that they're going through, just because it's like with a bunch of friends, and if you already get along with each other like that, why not try it out, kind of shit. And
Yeah.
like, and it's like it's very much a very interesting way to look at it too. And also it's like one of our chatters says like honeymoon phase is fake and I fight my girlfriend every day. So quick question, do you fight in a verbal confrontation or do you fist fight her?
Straight up fist fight, bro. Throwing
This
hands,
distinction needs to be made.
fucking throw hands,
How
bro.
about both at the same time?
Oh my god. But oh god, I think right now too with the, I think it's the over prioritization of like trying to maintain and keep the honeymoon phase, only because right now it becomes to the point where a lot of times too, people that truly think that like once the point too that like they start doubting about themselves in a relationship, it literally changes the behavior or changes the dynamic of that relationship entirely. Like if anything, that's for sure like that's what's going to happen. Especially like, let's just say, for example, maybe you, the partner, may not have caused all this too, but your significant other can also just be stewing in the thoughts about all this, especially in like worrying that this is all going to come to an end, and then next thing you know, there'll be fights that will happen, and it's like, honestly, it's scary for a lot of people, and I don't blame them.
Yeah, it is scary. But
Yeah.
maybe they also have maybe the constant fear in the back of the head is not helping them either.
Yeah, it's definitely not helping for a lot of people too, especially like, let's just say example, like we're going to be pointing a lot of fingers towards social media because this is pretty much all the concrete evidence that we can kind of point out from. But mind you, this is with a caveat, as social media represents, like, I'll say like a 1% of the population. That's all I will state otherwise. But it doesn't really help too whenever they hear stories about other relationships failing and whatnot. And it's due to like all these other things that the honeymoon phase is over. This is what my life looks like right now. And it's always panned purposefully to make it look like it's depressing. And I'm like, I don't think that's how life is, right? And it is obvious too that like
it
it's
can
pushing.
be, you know, like
Yeah.
that's the thing though. There's different phases of emotions, so
Yeah.
I mean, there are times where you can be depressed. There are times where you can be really happy. It just depends.
Yeah. And like, truthfully though, then I think there's also like one of the things too that like this is also a sort of like, this is what I said earlier, that I think the idea of romance and love has been disillusioned and misrepresented through the times because of like things that we had that like we kind of ingest what romance and love looks like, which is usually from like either literary novels to romance or K-dramas, movies, shows, whatever the case may be. Hell, even sometimes our families as well.
Hmm.
And a
I
lot of
think we
times,
do. I think we do. I think we do consume a lot of the fake love through like those dramas and stuff.
yeah,
I think a lot of like the ideal boyfriend thoughts
or
and things
or
like
the
that. Really, I feel like
expectations.
the expectations. I really feel like those come from these unrealistic dramas that are out there,
Or like not even just drama, just like unrealistic media of
or just and
interpretation.
also just media in general. Yeah.
Yeah. But in this case, the way how I kind of read through all of this too is that like there are some novels that actually point out in this case where like they actually use love, in this case, the idea of human love, as more like a red herring or a cautionary tale about how do you handle yourself when you come with a situation, especially with your partner, where it's like in turmoil. And the only thing that they
Ah,
could really describe to you about it is that it is always going to be a struggling battle between you and your partner. But it's not like in this case who is in control over the other, but it's really just trying to like figure each other out. Because let's be honest, the people that literally engage with like a lot of these uh K dramas and all of the romances and whatnot are usually young adults who still barely know what the hell they want in a relationship either.
hmm.
And it's definitely like something to make note of here, right? Especially like,
Uh,
like I said, I'm trying my best not to frame it as if like all this thing is supposed to be bad, but this is sort of less like us trying to analyze and like probably even say too, what if there's like a light at the end of the tunnel for a lot of these situations? Probably not the most unhealthiest way, not the unhealthy ways of like relationship handlings, but you know, I don't know.
I don't think that's worth chasing, to be honest with
Mm,
you, in my
well,
opinion. If it's that bad, then why the hell are you together? Like, why am I in a relationship for you to fix my problems when I should be the one that fix my problems?
mhm. Now,
Like,
the
I should be in
yeah,
good standing with myself to not cause you any, more trouble, cause myself trouble as a
Yeah,
right.
but then
result.
it also depends on the other person. If the other person wants to help, I mean, it would
Yeah,
be.
that's fine. I'm talking about like you're just kind of stagnant in your relationship in that situation. I don't know how to really explain that, but
Mm,
really, yeah, it does depend on the person.
now Now let's go ahead and try to like not really move on or like pivot around it, but let's just say we build around that too, because I think the actual one of the core fundamental problems with it would just be like, in this case, I want to say that this is the unhealthy misconception of, in this case, the self-love ideology. Like the whole phrase of like how can you expect others to love you if you can't love yourself? Which is also like, there's a lot of good things that could be said about like that type of language, or in this case that type of phrasing too, but I think it gets misinterpreted on that, just because it puts a lot of like anxiety and self-doubt into the person that, truthfully, yes, they're probably having these issues in the first place because of their already low anxiety to begin with. Like they
High
truly
anxiety and low self-esteem. You mean?
yeah, high anxiety, my bad. Low self-esteem, high anxiety. And the idea for self-love is definitely something that like I myself was like trying to get through, but the idea behind that was like not really for me just trying to find romance. It was just me trying to get over myself, really.
Mhm.
Like this was mostly like a individualistic journey than it is like for me to try to fix myself to find like a better match. Because like I don't know, what is your guys' take on like the whole self-love push on like everybody else?
I mean, I think it's good, obviously, to love who you are. I mean, you can't hate yourself and expect someone to, I don't know. Eh, I think how you feel about yourself reflects outwardly on everyone.
I
Hmm.
think it also. I think people also don't really understand what self love is.
Yeah,
Some
because
people say they're like, "Mm, I don't know how to explain it. It's kind of hard to explain.
like let's just ask this general question then. For even the like the idea for self-love to work too, how can you yourself that's like at this point you're at this state where like you try to like love yourself too, how would you even know what that is to begin with?
Maybe it does depend on each person, but to me, I think it's
Yeah.
really just taking care of yourself
Yeah.
mentally, physically, and all that.
Yeah, the like that is definitely the most basic fundamentals, like learning how to take care of yourself, yes. But truthfully, like again, how would any like individual person know what it's like to love or even love themselves when really they actually have no experience of love to begin with? Like, let's say for example, this is me kind of pivoting it towards like the whole loneliness epidemic shit that we had a while back. And what we covered for that one too is that like the younger generations right now is having less and less friends based off of like a statistics report. However, I want to put that with the most tiniest grain of salt possible, but it's something that like it's an interesting thought experiment to have, which in this case I kind of see in like younger generations where whatever like the association or what kind of friends they have, a lot of the times the friends that they have are mostly online, and none of them can they actually like get together in person and just hang out.
Mhm.
And so my idea behind that is that I do agree that like for you to actually be able to have what self-love is to yourself too, you cannot do it by yourself. That is something that's not how that's supposed to work, because really there's a really famous quote. I don't know who said it, but this is also my favorite one, where I think it goes with like a child that has not been loved by the village will find warmth by the fires that they used to burn the village.
What?
I honestly I don't understand that.
I
So,
understand it, but I mean, like,
I don't.
where did you hear that?
like I said, it was hardly from like some fantasy novel, but effectively it just pertains to like if a child itself was born like not out of love, in this case not being loved by their community, they'll seek in this case to destroy the said community just to feel something. Like it's pretty much like a very much a broad uh not even broad but a very specific trope of like if you don't love that person is not going to be a lovable person.
So you don't
Kind of
love
shit.
that person becomes the villain.
Yeah, essentially. But
don't love that person, he'll kill your
but
entire
I
household.
kind of not just your household, just burns your neighborhood down. So, but regarding that too, I think what I'm trying to get with this here, right, is that I think it's a lot more important for like people to like actually establish friendships to begin with, just because it's honestly a low stakes method, a way to like actually help the individual kind of feel self-validated, right? Now, obviously, there are definitely like certain friends group too that can definitely be total asshole-ish. We had a couple of those types of friends in our past.
Yep, I remember.
Yep,
I remember
But
too well.
I'm one of them. I'm just kidding.
oh, hold on.
I love you, bro.
God damn. But looking about it too, like I think right now the establishment of like before like any relationship happens to it, if like the whole push is like you need to learn how to love yourself first, it's like how can like a person do that too if let's say the only person they could probably receive that love is probably from a family, and even then depending on the culture their family doesn't probably show you the same level or same type of love that everybody else does.
Hmm.
Like that's also
Mm,
like that is
hmm.
definitely something too that like I'm gonna reference a lot of things to what my girlfriend has said to me too, but it's like in a lot of cases in like Chinese culture and a lot of like Asian or Chinese parenting too, they don't she has never really heard her dad say I love you to her before.
Hmm. Hmm.
And it's not like again that's like saying that like her dad doesn't love her. It's kind of just straight up taught like in a societal norm. As a societal norm, that's just how it is.
Yeah,
That's the same
yeah.
thing with my dad too.
Love comes in many ways.
Yeah. So it's definitely different too. Like, especially here in America, we tend to be a lot more expressive with how we show affection, like either with our words or our action, really. Like, we want to like make sure that like who we're directing it to, they understand that this is all coming out from a love in the most obvious way possible, right?
Hmm. Hmm.
And so coming from that too, there's also this is again when it comes to the relationships and romance too, it's a lot of times like where both individuals, both parties tend to just have self-doubt and have anxiety about like making a relationship work because of any existential things that are happening to them, like either mental health issues, emotional instability, financial stuff too. Hell, it could even just be the fact that like could they agree on like who's paying the bill.
Yeah, bro.
Yeah, and it's the main issue, the main problem with it too is that like a lot of times too, people are scared of that just because of that. It comes off that like they're scared of commitment too. And I'm gonna go back to a little bit about the whole dating culture again, where I think there's the problem where like having too many options, let's just say for example that you are the prime point of like dating, right? That you look like fucking Henry Cavill, all jacked, muscular, has the coolest hobbies possible, but then it's like you see like all of the people that you have the potential to match with, but a lot of times you go into the state as you're looking at it too that like what if like because I have compatible with so many people, do I really want to settle for one? Like it's like the whole feeling like am I missing out?
That's an odd mindset.
It is an
Yeah,
odd
I
mindset. And
don't
this
know.
is also the rise of situationships. I fucking love stories like that too because it's obvious like this is so dumb, but at the same time I can't stop enjoying listening to it.
think there's some double standards as well. So
Yeah, there is.
there is some like I mean I've heard stories that, like it still pertains to, like how dating is nowadays, and I remember I watched like a little short clip of this woman, right? She went on a date with like another woman, and she understands how guys feel when when she like so you know how at the end of the dinner you're kind of expected to pay and stuff, but
Mhm.
you would like that the other person kind of like pretend they pay.
Yeah. Or
In some
offer that they
cases,
would pay for the bill.
yeah, like hey, you can, even though they might not even have any money or anything, then
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's
I
when you give them a high
just
five and say, "You got this."
they're like, yeah, pretty much. Like
It's
what if that girl was just like, oh, she had, like you said, going back to that many the like we have a lot of options, like we kind of have like a roster in a way. Let me just go hit up like this other guy and get a free dinner, because I feel like at that point you're just hitting these guys up, expecting them to pay for you to get a free dinner, and you just call it like deuces, and you don't even want to fucking you know even be committed to them, because honestly you could have been boring too. Like you could have what if you just show up, you're on your phone, like he's trying to make conversation, get to know you, and he's
Yeah.
asking you questions, and you know all you're saying is things about
Yeah.
gloating about yourself, not even like, oh, it's like I like you're playing video games, or I like doing embroidery or some shit like that, actually some hobbies, but instead you just gloat about, oh, I make this much of so and so, and I go on parties and I get free drinks. Like, hey, shut the fuck up, I don't give a fuck.
Here's a way how to actually
that was a ride.
I will say this. Here's definitely something for all you people to how to make your date instantly interesting. Just say you know how to make crack.
I no, don't listen to Brian. He may be in a relationship, but he did not pull that off by saying that.
No, I didn't.
He definitely pulled that off by being a freaking geeky nerd, like we love him for.
Exactly the point.
You nerd.
Hey, fuck you. You're a nerd too. We're all nerds in this fucking podcast.
You can't prove that.
Yeah, we just had an episode where we talk about Halo.
No.
That doesn't exist, Brian.
I have the fucking receipts. I own
No, you
this
don't.
channel.
I don't know what you're talking about. That never happened, bro.
Oh my god.
Bro,
Bro, this channel doesn't even exist on YouTube, bro. I don't know what you're talking about.
Yeah,
These motherfuckers are gaslighting the hell out of me, and I hate this
No, I'm
shit.
telling you the
Yeah, we love you,
truth.
I drive an EV. There's no gas.
Gas
Just
never
lights.
existed.
I walk, so there's
The
definitely no
combustion
gas.
engine. It was actually the electric engine.
God. Now this conversation went out of control.
Love it. Thank you.
Oh my god. But
Back to our main topic. Go.
but I think that is like one of the things too that like it comes off with the fact too that like I think like the rise of like situationships too and all the stories, I feel like it turns off like a lot of people wanting to like pursue one just because let's be honest, a lot of times social media tends to blow up like how reality actually is, right? And yes,
Wow,
Michael.
jeez.
Yes,
didn't
Michael,
know
you did
that.
not see Donald Trump hit the gritty.
Oh, that's
I
unfortunate.
saw Arthur hitting the gritty, bro.
Yeah, that one is real though.
No. I don't know what you're talking about. Caillou, bro. Caillou's my boy. He did it first
Yeah.
on PBS Kids.
Oh my goodness. But damn it, I lost my train of thought. Now that I have the Caillou doing the gritty. No. Oh, damn it.
Caillou.
Oh my god. This is the most chaotic episode, even though we're not even close to being finished with this shit. God damn it.
And we're just lighting up the mood.
Oh my
Bro, have fun,
god.
bro.
But
on now.
oh god.
Downer.
This boy just had a fat ass steak, bro.
Okay. No. I figured out. Okay. So with the fact that like I
figured
do
it out.
think like social media like blowing things up like way more than what reality actually makes it out to be. It does to put up like the whole message to that like I wouldn't blame like people that doesn't want to really go into a relationship just because they themselves don't feel confident about it themselves. Like it's not like they're like, oh, I don't want to get into with a relationship that the person that I'm dating with has a chance or a likely chance that they'll just act like that. Which, to be honest though, there have been some very cringy ass like dating stories I've been reading. I'm like, what the fuck, guys?
There's some bad ones, definitely. But
Like, one example.
I really don't have an opinion on it because like I don't go out on dates and I've only been in one relationship. So
Yeah. Yeah, like one day was like a girl said that like her Tinder date comes in, and as they were talking to, the guy was on his phone swiping right on girls that he is currently on a date with, on other girls that he was on a date with. I'm like, what the fuck?
yeah, my
And
man had a
even-
whole roster going, bro.
Yeah, and he was like, oh, he realized he was like, oh shit, I forgot to like talk with her. how good does she look? I was like, oh my god.
Bro. I'm like, if you're doing
Crazy.
that on a date, there's a reason why you're single.
Yeah,
I'm
It's
just gonna
like-
say it, dude. Like you're stupid as shit.
absolutely.
Correct.
let's be honest. And let's be honest about this too. The other facet of how a lot of times romance is, lots of guys are fucking dumb.
Oh yeah, for real. But some girls are boring as shit too. This ain't a one-way street, homegirl.
Yeah,
Like I
the-
could be like chopping it up and like trying to, entertain you, make you laugh, but you just on your phone, texting your girlfriends. I'm like, yeah, I'm just gonna leave you with the check. Goodbye.
God.
I'm like, dude.
It was like,
Spoiler.
I believe in equal rights here, so you should have the equal opportunity to pay for our bill. Laters.
I'm like, yeah, dude. Like, I
Oh my
ordered,
God.
like, I dressed up. You dressed up. Like, why are we wasting our time? At least let's
Yeah.
try to make a conversation and figure out, like, hey, I had a great time today, but I don't think this is gonna work out. That's perfectly fine. I'd rather see that, have that than, just
Whatever.
sitting there with a freaking robot.
Yeah.
Like,
Uh,
beep boop bop.
Yeah, and it's really hard to like really tell people like what is the correct like way of like kind of approaching love about it too, because let's be honest, there is no great answer to begin with, since everybody as an individual is unique to their own as well.
Correct.
But I think really the most important messaging, and it's also the most scariest thing about it when it comes to like self-love, is that wanting to try to be vulnerable with the other person and wanting to grow with them. Because those are the other few things about it too. Is like, yes, you can be vulnerable, but how in this case do you want your partner to help you grow about it? And how are you gonna help your partner to help you as well? It's like the help me help you kind of like argument between like two things that in this case it's an argument, but it's also like constructive about it too. Like
Right.
you're trying to learn more about the other person. Hell, there's a whole like trend a while back as well that like kind of defeats what I'm saying earlier, but it's like girls that are coming out with like, oh, my new ick unlocked kind of shit. Now, given
You're the
I
ick.
said, yeah, it's like some of the icks that I could definitely see be something that is a definite turn off for a lot of girls here when it comes to guys. I'm only going to be referencing in a hetero relationship point of view, since I am straight. Don't let Victor tell you otherwise.
Nah, he ain't. I was kidding.
God damn it. But
Go ahead.
there's definitely like things on the ick list. Like one of the things like seeing them banned, like what was it? Yeah, he in this case I just see like guy takes like the boba cups, and you know how there's like a plastic seal that goes on top of it. He like just straight to like rips that shit off and just starts gulping it down.
Yeah, what a man.
I'm like, okay, I can see
Crazy.
I can see why that's also an ick as well, because the guy also like dipped his fingers into the drink as well. He just sucked on his fingers.
Yeah, that's understandable. Good day.
it's like
The guy
yeah,
has a
no.
big whack, yeah.
That's the thing. Here's the thing.
I don't see
That's
anything
a
wrong with it.
Michael, please don't defend this moron.
Michael, please.
Don't defend
Michael,
people
Beg
like
me
that.
again.
No,
please.
but there's definitely some very much like fucked up versions of like what they consider as an ick as well. Like the one that went very viral, popular too, was like new ick unlock. When you see her significant other is like struggling to get out of a hospital bed, and he's using like the what do they call like the walkers to try to get to the restroom because he's like coming out from like a surgery or trying to recover from a surgery. I was like, new ick
Wait,
unlocked. I'm like, what the fuck is that an ick? Hello?
Bro, they are struggling to fucking walk.
And
They
you're
just had
recording him.
surgery.
And you're
And you're
recording
not
him.
helping him.
Yeah, it's like, huh?
Wait, you're the significant other and not helping him. All
Yeah,
right.
Yeah, you little sack of shit.
yeah. And also the other new ick unlocked too. You see the guy being playful with like children, like in the most like, in this case, the most funniest way possible, because you know kids love having fun, and a guy can be funny with kids too. That's perfectly fine, and it's also normal. Please don't
Bro.
make this weird. We already have too many things coming out in the last 2 months.
Bro, this whole year.
Please.
Let's not
Like-
continue that trend, but I understand.
Yeah, this like that's also an ick. What was the other thing about it too? Oh, the other ick, literally just the guy just eating ice cream or licking the way how he licks ice cream, and it's just like the most normal dude just enjoying it. It's like, what?
Bro,
But
I
it,
swear some of these icks are like, it's just so unreasonable.
and I feel like that a lot of it is rage bait, but there's definitely like a lot of times too when you hear about like what like girls could consider like icks as well. It's also comes from the foundation of like, let's just say that the person that you're dating with like during that honeymoon phase, you barely know the person at all too, and you end up, or in this case, we're really good at like filling in the blanks when we don't know the person, and
Really
that's
good
also
in filling in the blanks.
So what? You kind of cut off there.
it's like we're really good at filling in the blanks about a person we don't know.
That doesn't sound like we're really good. It sounds like we
No,
jump
no,
to
no.
conclusions.
No, no, no. What you get, what
No,
I'm
no,
trying to
no,
get
no,
with
no.
that is here is that like we're really good at, and based on the video, we're really good at self deception. We're really good at disillusioning ourselves by like,
That just sounds like you're assuming.
yeah,
Yeah,
effectively,
Pretty
we're
much
really
that's
good at
just another
assuming.
way of saying it.
Yeah, we're really good at assuming about our partner when we probably don't know what they're like to begin with, since let's just say for example we're only dating for like a month or two, and then they show us this and we're like, oh, it's like what?
You can
I was like, what'd you expect that I would do? I don't know. I was like, we had this idea of image of you. It's like, you barely know me. How do you think I would react otherwise? And it's like, this is the more or less where the honeymoon phase begins to end immediately after that.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Oh, damn. Well,
True.
Because
That's
like a
bad.
lot of it is just that too. Like, yes, in the honeymoon phase, we tend to like really over dramatize our partner. Let's just say. And like,
I mean, you are
but
correct.
the moment that like it breaks that form, and then that's where we see like the ick videos and the ick list. I'll probably find it out real quick on the site too, what girls consider as part of their ick list here. But
Don't care about what they consider part of their ick list.
it sounds weird, right?
for real.
Yeah, their
Definitely.
ick list icks me.
Dude.
Exactly.
Why don't we just go? Well, since we're on the topic, why don't we just ask? What our icks are. Like what makes the other person unattractive.
Making
Yeah, Brian,
icks
what's your ick, Brian?
statements.
What's your ick, Brian? Tell us.
They have
Let's
a butt
pretend
plug
you
tail.
are. Okay, let's just disregard that. Let's pretend.
back to the
Let's
topic.
pretend you are a single person, right? You are a
Okay.
single person in the dating scene. What is one thing that there may be a couple things that you don't like, that you
Okay.
don't want to see.
So
like Brian.
Damn, that's crazy.
That's crazy.
I don't know what best way to describe this, but it's like the whole e-girl phase era of like
E-
girl aesthetics.
All right, then don't deal with e-girls. Easy.
Yeah,
Don't
there's
be on-
that.
Just don't be on Discord. You're good.
Yeah.
Done.
Like, are
and
you
done.
talking about like the kittens and shit? Like,
Yeah,
all
that.
Okay,
Discord kittens.
I say that's pretty cringe too. But that's why I just avoid it altogether.
Yeah. Goddamn.
I think a
But-
more reasonable one, and I think we can all like kind of agree on, is how they treat like hospitality workers, and like servers and all that, and
Mhm.
front desk
Yeah.
people. Like, don't
Yeah.
give them, if you give them a hard time and you just like they didn't really do anything, they're trying their best, then I can't really let that slide. For like, if you treat I'm just saying, if I ever like go on, like when I ever do go on a date with a girl and she treats how I will proceed in that, if I wanted to keep pursuing or not, really depends on how she interacts with not just me but with other people. See if this
Ah.
are you gonna treat this person with the same respect as you treat me, and if
Mhm.
not, then that's my personal little thing.
You
But
just make the girl pay for the bills at that time.
I'm like bye.
Dip real
Like-
quick.
I'm dying to dash out. Yeah, let me just go to the restroom real quick.
All right. While he does it. All right, Michael and Vicar, what are y'all's icks?
I don't know, bro. Honestly, I don't know. I don't.
And nothing bothers you, like at all.
How they treat people and
I guess the treating people is like, I feel like that should be
It's
a
like
given.
universal.
okay, well,
Should
thanks
be.
guys.
I mean, some people can like are dating assholes. So, but,
Like,
well, that's another story.
look, you can't make fun of Brad, man. Brad is a bros boy right there. He'll be in a relationship and definitely mistreat his girlfriend. It's like, dog, just break up with her. You're an asshole.
Maybe she
But-
doesn't want to break up. That's why they're still together.
Oh god, that's also another whole ass topic of like not wanting the relationship to fail because they are so like in love with the other person that they'll like forgive like some flaws about them, and it's
Ew.
very much unhealthy.
That
It
is
is.
indeed very unhealthy.
Yeah,
And whatnot.
yeah. And so, yeah, but then I still stand on my earlier point. If they wear a butt to plug tail, then no, that's a definite ick for me.
Yeah, I think that that's pretty out there.
It's
I
pretty
think
out
White needs
there
a
and
lot of
very
help.
specific.
Pretty out there, but if it happens, then-
It's like you weren't
Yeah.
there when the Tumblr imploded in on itself, Victor. You weren't
You
there.
weren't there.
I'm pretty sure I saw Tumblr. Bro.
Back in my days.
Not even back in my days. Please, for the love of God, for people's sanity and their innocence, never look up all the stuff that revolves around like pet play. Shit is weird.
I don't want to, but thank you.
God. That I mean, to be fair though,
Pet
what
play
I
is
said
a
about that,
disgusting term.
yeah, pet play is also part of that ick list, but it's also something that like I myself don't really understand the whole like sexual appeal of that.
Are you a good boy? Can you bark for me? That type of shit.
Yeah, it's like
Aroo?
nah,
Like,
Hmm.
no.
It's like this is making me like super
If you keep
flaccid.
If you keep making that noise, it almost sounds like you're being a dog.
Moo.
Moo.
That's not a dog.
Yeah, it's a
Oh,
cow.
whoa, whoa, whoa.
Yeah, it is.
Oh my
You're
god,
into
but
that cow play.
Hell
What?
no, dude. Yeah, milk is what?
but yeah, but trying to jump off from that too, and jumping off from
Jump
the
off.
yeah, we're,
No, we're not jumping off. Hell no.
god damn it, we're chained
We're
together
gonna
now.
walk
Let's get
stay
in
on
there.
the train.
We're walking down the stairs, holding hands with each other, talking
refuse.
about how beautiful the day is. Shut your ass up.
Yeah,
But-
dude, we're gonna hold each other's hand, make great eye contact, stare in the windows of each other's souls,
Yeah.
tell each other we love each other's. You know,
And then talk about how beautiful the weather is right now, and it's 100 and some degrees.
God,
Yeah,
it's
dude, but it ain't
miserable.
as hot as you,
As
baby
our
boy.
sweat grows to each other.
Oh, that's what I like to hear.
But hopefully those that are watching and listening to us too, if you have like trouble like figuring out like what friends like circles should look like, take what we're doing here as a grain of salt.
And
because
don't do it.
Yeah.
Don't
Take
do
it
it.
as the grain of salt in which it is.
The most tiniest
Just-
grain, and you
no,
cut it in half.
Put plenty of grains of salt on us. Season us pretty well, all right?
Yeah, dude.
Wait, hold on.
We'll
Don't.
be good friend. We'll be good friends for y'all.
Hey, yo,
Season
oiled up.
Flavorful, so.
Hey, wave picture oiled up Victor when.
Okay, no, okay. You're going a little too far,
Right.
buddy boy.
Brian, I don't like that. Why aren't you oiling me up? I'm just kidding.
Wait, hold on.
Why
What?
aren't you rolling him? All right, he's literally offering right now, Brian. You
I
over
didn't
here
say
just not
anything. I
taking
think
the
that's
offer. but-
Brian. I think that's Brian, like trying to like
But-
trying to oil himself up, give him
So-
excuse.
But
Makes
I
sense to
do,
me.
but I do think like really the core stem of like a lot of things that we talk about, like the problems in like modern relationships and modern dating as well too, is honestly, let's be honest, general lack of good friends, or that people can like really emotionally, and in this case, want to like talk with them about this stuff and to be openly free about like what they love more about themselves and whatnot.
Like,
Like,
great, it's hard to find good friends.
yeah, because let's be honest,
Still haven't found any.
hey, you motherfucker, let me get you on this topic real quick, you bitch. I'm kidding.
He loves
Sorry.
you. Don't worry.
I know, but like, yes, but yeah.
Threw his entire rhythm off.
There was some hesitation there.
I was trying to think of another thing too, and then I thought about what you said. I was like, yes, I do. But going into the back to the topic real quick, it is definitely really important to like really advocate for people to try to sit down and like actually make like a lot of meaningful friends and connection. And guess what too? Trying to make friends is awkward as hell. I know that personally. I moved to
Yeah.
like 3 different
Yeah,
high
me
school.
too.
Yeah, dude.
Like,
you got stuck with
goddamn.
us.
Yeah.
Me too.
And I regret
agree.
it. I'm kidding.
Hey, put down your pants.
Hey, wait, hold
Whoa.
up.
That's crazy.
Man,
But
that's
yeah.
pretty crazy, dude. We're about to take a shower together.
Now,
Kidding.
it's also one of the things to like make note of too that like the low. I'll even say too that like a lot of guy friends, it's very much easy to like for a lot of guys to have friends or to form friendships
Sorry.
here. God damn, my words are not helping me today. You son of a bitch.
Hey, bro, let's go take a shower together.
Yeah, take a
God.
shower, bro. You just want the shower, bro. You gotta turn on that offer. I mean, like, come on.
Yeah,
bro.
dude. I scratch your back, you scratch my back.
Oh,
Exactly.
God.
How do you do that? Do you face each other doing that?
Nah, dude, we just have long back scratchers.
Oh, I mean, y'all, essentially just hugging each other, right? That's how that works.
No.
You want to play
we
tummy
do it
sticks
one
or
at a
something?
time, so it ain't gay.
It's like,
But it's
God
already
damn it.
kind of gay,
Mm,
you know.
God.
But
Damn it.
that's some homie sexual shit.
God. Like, let's just say, hopefully, in this case, for a lot of guys, it's a lot easier for us to make friends because there are definitely things that we can have in common too, like either with games, shows, sports, and even like when it goes beyond those topics too, we could have like hilarious, nonsensical fun like this shit here. God damn it, Lloyd.
Hey, I don't know what you're talking about, bro. I don't
Do you
see
just
why
want to play tummy
reject it.
sticks with me or something?
You want to dock together?
Excuse me.
Damn, dude, I fucking do it. Let's go to the Panama
Oh,
Canal,
whoa,
bro.
whoa, whoa, whoa,
Going the
whoa,
whole
whoa,
mile,
whoa,
huh?
whoa.
God.
Oh damn, we're going straight to there already.
Hell yeah, dude, we going to South America.
Well, straight to Panama, man. God damn.
Yeah, dude, we
Let
going.
it-
Skip
cross
every
that
other, skip
Let
every
us-
other country in between them.
Let us preface
Oh,
this
yeah.
too. We are all not gay, but we also support like gay people. By that
Yes,
in this,
thank you. I support myself
Look.
too.
Look,
wait.
like everybody can live their own lives, you know. Like
Yeah.
there's nothing against it.
Yeah, there's nothing wrong with like
Mm.
loving another person that's the same gender as you or loving the same person that doesn't know what their gender is. Okay, I'm gonna
Yeah.
stop that joke. I'm gonna stop that joke now. But
Bro. Just love each
We
other.
can
That's
like
it.
let's just cancel
Yeah.
this podcast, you know. Like,
Yeah, just cancel
I'll
Brian.
start it.
Just specifically Brian, you know.
Wait,
Thanks, Brian.
please. No, you bastards. I still owe the rights to this shit. But
It's okay to suck dick regardless of your gender or whatever you want to suck.
Look, if- I will say this: if someone offered me like, if I suck your dick for like $5 million, I will most definitely do that. Shaft and balls.
Dang, dude.
Okay,
Nice.
that's pretty easy if you have a shrimp. I'm
Yeah.
just saying.
Oh god, where did
You
this
gotta
conversation
you gotta-
turn into?
You gotta
God damn
specify
it.
the dick size, dog. Like, are we talking about like a little
Regardless, it's
shrimp?
$5 million.
No. But like, do you?
Why
But,
do
like,
you need
what-
to have
what
a
do you-
standard? There's money on the table.
Why do you need to have standards?
I'm just saying, you could prove like how good you are.
Yo, why do you got standards, Lloyd?
I'm just saying, would you could go through the most painful dick suck in your life, or the pleasure of having something in your mouth, but still talk to somebody like you're looking up to them, some shit.
God.
I mean, just make them feel special, you know. I'm like,
I'm
damn, this is
actually
like,
fucking crying.
this is like, this person's like sucking a good ass dick. I'm like, damn, bro, you got that fucking buoy suction.
Like, okay, but
Oh, like, let me take you
without
downtown real
without
quick.
all the crude humor aside, like, friendship is definitely like before a relationship needs to happen before all this too. Having a friendship not entirely with like the person that you're in the relationship with, like you can still form a friendship from there. But in this case, developing that friendship fundamental is definitely how you're going to be building relationships from like now to the future kind of shit. Because like because it's obvious too that like there's always like the common phrase that even I said it a while back too, that like it takes two to build a relationship, and that statement has never been more truer when it comes to the fact that like, what does it mean to like build into a relationship? It could literally mean any and everything at the same time. It just so happens to the fact that you yourself as the person need to be able to show the support to the other partner, and your partner needs to also be able to reciprocate that as well. But don't treat it as a transactional deal. This is sort of more or less something that like, this is something that like we had to mutually agree with.
Hmm.
Like, don't expect with like a lot of relationships to be like transactional for that too, because that was also not really like the same mistake I had too. But let's just say there were definitely some mistakes I had in a relationship, not by transactional, just like my inadequacies. Not in that way. I just didn't know how to handle another person.
You're more like
My
how
inexperience
you,
of talking or
yeah.
dating women in general.
There we go.
I mean, yeah, there you go, Brian. See, you figure it out.
Yeah,
You're
yeah.
already getting
I am
better.
better
Taking
at
accountability
speech.
for himself.
Where's the Skyrim speech skill level up pop up here?
Bro, just put everything into intelligence. Easy.
There's nothing in here.
Damn, that's crazy.
Negative
Then.
1 in intelligence. That's crazy.
Damn,
Yeah.
sounds like your D&D character.
Yeah, intelligence is
A
dump
dumbass. I'm
stat.
just kidding.
Yeah. Did you know intelligence is my dump stat? Fuck that shit.
Yeah, dude, you be throwing like fucking medium-sized dragons or somehow. I'm like, how the hell?
Because I'm stupid. Yeet.
D&D, Dumb and Dumber.
Hell yeah.
And-
But really, like, there's something that like the few things to probably take away from like in a relationship. Having things in common and being like compatible is something that is most definitely like everyone is okay to have like those types of things. Hell, even standards as well too. But just also expect in this case too, like once like you get into a relationship that you are going to be like, you're not yourself anymore. You and your partner are going to be like a singular unit. You're both walking, in this case, this mecca that we call of a relationship.
Okay,
It's a
nerd.
very weird way to word that, but it's kind of true.
I think, yeah, you make a valid point.
Yeah.
Very buoy way of putting it.
Hey, fuck
For
you.
real.
Fuck you. I have to
You
self-insert my love
hey.
for Gundam somewhere, all right?
You can't call it buoy fool.
God,
Full.
God damn it. But
That hurts me deep down.
it hurts me. It's my last day, you dick.
No, it's not. I don't know what you're talking about.
Oh my god.
Who said that?
Oh my god.
Who said that?
I
But-
don't know. You're definitely Brian Lee, bro.
Like, oh my
I believe it.
But do you, outside of my rambling aside here, too, do you have like anything that comes to mind about like maybe a potential advice or piece of advice to either to your younger self or like to any like young listeners here? I'm sorry for your ears, by the way.
You'll
Oh
find
no,
the
I don't
right one
regret anything you
eventually.
said.
You know what? You're right. I blame your parents. Where are your parents right now?
What? Who said that?
To
Bro, they
any
don't know
of
the
them
setting.
listening to us, why are you listening?
No, why are you here? What's the point?
Here.
No, Victor, we cannot give them an existential crisis at like the age of 10, damn it.
Hey,
What is the purpose of your existence?
Victor, stop. You're
All
freaking
you
the
do
children
is
out.
Wake up. All you do is wake up, eat, go to work,
shit.
come home, eat, shit somewhere during the day, go to sleep,
Preferably in a
and repeat
toilet.
the process.
On the fucking wall, bro.
Oh god.
Y'all don't shit on your front lawns? Damn, bro. That's crazy.
Nah, dude, I gotta leave a fucking art piece.
Anyways, do y'all have any advices of like a relationship piece of advice that you would love to give to people that are struggling or that are trying to figure their way out? Either they're looking for it or they're in one right now.
Bro, I'm struggling. What do you mean? How can I give advice? I can only give like I'm
Lloyd,
just
you can't
saying.
Lloyd, you can't say you're struggling if you said to by choice that you want to be single.
I don't know what you're talking about.
He's struggling. I mean, he's struggling by choice, bro. That's what he said, right?
Playing a hard difficulty.
Like, yeah, no, there's no hard difficulty. You're just playing
he's playing
Elden
on-
Ring.
He's just playing that struggle difficulty.
I'm playing
Yeah.
on chaos mode, bro. I'm playing Dynasty Warriors, but I just get one shot by everything.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
Never chase Lubu.
Yeah, dude. I mean, jokes aside, I say just just go out there and try. And just figure something out. Like honestly, you're not gonna know everything, but
Don't be
right away.
afraid of failure.
Like,
Don't be afraid to just go out there.
I say, yeah, like winners are
Just
just
have,
losers that tried more often. They kept on getting
yeah,
back up.
yeah. Just have fun. Keep doing what
Yeah.
you're doing.
And
Actually,
maybe
don't keep doing what you're doing, but have fun.
Anyways,
tweak it a
Michael, were you
little
about
bit.
to say something?
No, he's not about to say anything.
Yeah, dude, he ain't.
Damn it, Michael.
He's too
What?
busy planning.
Did you want to say anything to the audience?
I don't have anything. I'm sorry,
Hmm.
man.
See, I told you.
Yeah, dude,
Man.
he don't love them as much
Oh.
as we do.
Well,
I love
my
them too.
I will at least say this for on behalf of the How to Trash podcast. Our piece of advice to you is literally just put yourself out there. Don't be afraid of failing because guess what? Everyone is a failure to my
Don't be
eyes.
afraid of don't be afraid of rejections either.
Yeah. Because
Because
guess
that will
what?
be extraordinarily common in life.
Yeah. Just like how that one girl rejected me even though I never asked her.
He had to prom.
Yep.
Jokes aside, you get rejected every day. If you're
Yeah.
if you're looking for a job, you're probably likely getting rejected 100 times.
Yeah,
Kind of depressing,
absolutely.
but yes, yeah.
But
Absolutely, absolutely.
that's just life.
But yeah, but always take with it like in stride because here's the most thing about it too. When it comes to like even like with self-love, it's the manner of self-acceptance of who you are. By that, knowing in this case the friends that you have around you that can help validate yourself here.
Yeah, I think Brian's
Yeah.
a freaking nerd, but look at him now.
Hell
He's
yeah,
got
I'm a
girlfriend
giga
because he
nerd.
shares something. Oh, like, bro, I was just for like a little story. I kind of like third wheel. I was third wheeling, and I swear, like these two are made for each other.
Oh, thank you.
Like they are pretty geeky and nerdy. They share the same common interests, and I think it's very adorable.
Oh, thank you. But
You're
yeah,
welcome.
it's
Even though I will still continue to say some crude and crude and sexual
he ain't
jokes.
this shit.
Oh yeah, like you already know, it comes with the friendship.
Yeah. But like I said, just find like your support group that you could have. Either if it's with your therapist or family, just being able to show the vulnerability. Yes, there will be people that will take advantage of you for that, but all you can really do is just say that like what are they gonna do and they use that shit against you. Okay. Take it with stride. You just know that like the moment that you share your vulnerability is the fact that you do accept like what is to come to you. So keep everything with grain of salt, either with us too, because hell, maybe our opinion may not be what fits your situation, but in the everyday way of how to go into life, just take everything one step at a time. The way to love yourself is through self-acceptance. And by self-acceptance, you have to make sure that you become the very thing that you want your friends to see you as.
Yeah, dude. Just like me here, I see some very crude stuff.
Yeah, I swear, if our Discord chat ever gets fucking leaked, we're all going to jail.
Bro, we're getting freaking condemned. We ain't going to jail. We're getting put on like the freaking cross, bro.
Damn, we're getting crucified for our shit that we post. But
I'm
yes.
like, dude, we just got exposed earlier.
Well. God. Don't
We're
just
good human beings, I swear.
Yeah, same. But
We are
anyways,
good human beings.
any farewell messages to our audience?
I love you.
Make love to yourself.
La 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 la
Yeah.
la 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 la.
It's
That
like,
too.
always keep your head up high, keep looking forward, make sure that you have your beer can right by your side as a buddy.
Yeah. And thank your left hand for all the nights. What?
Hey, hold on there. What?